I have your attention, please. It's time for the final countdown. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's rock.
Time to get it crackin', gotta start with it, we into win it. Yeah, haters gas. Yeah, we been bustin' on the radio. If the haters gon' hate, let them hate though. So tune into the new vibe and the iconic insurance. Iconic, we on it, no like it, no action. Time to get it crackin', gotta start with it, we into win it. Yeah, haters gas. Yeah, we been bustin' on the radio. If the haters gon' hate, let them hate though. So tune into the new vibe and the iconic insurance.
And that's a bop. I don't care what nobody say. That's a bop. Look, I be in the waiting room. Y'all, what's up? It's your girl DJ Stardom right here live at the one and the only iconic radio show. Let's go, you guys. This is a great day. Okay, first of all, let's just start here. This is one of my virtual shows. We're doing it remotely today, and I'm just super excited because I got my homegirl on the line. Like, she hit me up. We've been talking a little bit already. She like, Star, go ahead and get that interview in. So I'm just super excited. I see her in the weight room right now. She hype up, she lit. She like, hey, Star, look, I don't need no introduction. Like, when they put me on the screen, just know it's me. So I'm just super duper, oh so ooper. And yes, I said it because it's my show. Oh so ooper excited to introduce my homegirl, Vero G. What's up, baby?
Hey guys, I'm doing good. What's up? Thanks for having me.
How you feeling today?
I'm doing good. I'm tired, but I'm all right. I'm all right.
So what got you tired, sis?
No, I just actually, yeah, you guys are getting the exclusive here on the show right now. This past weekend we just did our own showcase here in New York City, and yeah, and then we also did a music video as well, back to back. So it was lit. It's actually out now, guys. It's called The Dance Floor. It's available now on my YouTube channel on the Vero G Spotlight Network. It's crazy. It's a nice Caribbean, nice vibe to it. And also, I just did a thing this Sunday, this past Sunday, giving back to the kids on toy drive. So it's doing a lot of work.
See, we need to get into all that. Let's go to the comments real quick. Hey, Lala. Hey, Queen. Hey. All right. So this is the part of the show, Miss Vero, where I love to do shout outs. I'm going to give you a couple seconds or so to shout out everybody that you want to. And for those who don't, look, this is her interview. She said what she said. Let's go.
I love that. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. So just a big shout out to all my amazing fans, my supporters, my day ones. Just quick names to that: Gary, Gemini Stacks, J Empire Media, Esperanza the Movement, and Maj for the lyrics. And the list goes on. I just want to thank everyone who's been just rocking with us.
I love it. First of all, let's get into the power of networking because you guys, she does not live in the Midwest. Like, let's start there. You heard of the show and you're in NY, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
That is amazing. Like, I love stuff like that. It makes me feel like I'm doing something right.
Yes, that's right.
So how did you come across it? Do you remember?
Yeah, we was actually talking. Wow, I think on Facebook. Here prior to here, like social media outlets, and I always stay in touch with you guys. I was like, I saw your work, I saw you guys' shows. I was like, I'm really interested, just to tell my projects and the one I'm doing, and also like you guys said, cross promote as well. So I said, we were doing for a while, talking that, and I said, you know what? Now this is the time. I feel like this is the right time to do this, and I'm honored to be here.
I love it. Let's see. We got another comment coming in. Afternoon, ladies.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, Mr. Eugene Robinson Jacobs. How are you? Yeah, I love it. And okay, let's start with the music tip. So, what motivated you or inspired you to create music? Who did you look up to?
Oh man, I mean the list goes on. I'll make it short and sweet though. Doing this not professionally. I mean, I've done this since the age of 7, but professionally doing it for over 13 years. And I felt like at a very young age, I saw all my idols from Celine Dion,
Mm.
Mariah Carey, the greats, the legends, who have continued on this legacy to pass along all the artists out there as well. And I felt like I wanted to like leave my stamp of mark, and also as being an independent artist, I wanted to branch out and help other artists along the way, and just help them and give them that insight.
I love it. And I noticed you said that you started at the age of 7.
Yes, yes. You know how they always say you have like a call in your life, and I feel like something told me there was something that I really need to work on at that age. And
Mm.
from that point on, back in the days, kids don't know now. Back then, we had cassette players, we had the boom box.
Yes, we
That's
did.
how. Yes, you know what I'm saying. So even then, that's why I even started doing that. Hearing my voice, I would sing over cassette tapes, black tapes, and I would hear it over myself, and I would go back, rehearse, play, and it was just crazy. Even back at that age, didn't know what I was doing, realizing
Yeah.
there was something there. So yeah, it was just something to continue on with
Wow, I love it. You know what,
that.
sis? I
Yes,
started at the age of 9. I'm a
oh,
little bit after you. I'm a little bit after you. It
okay.
took me a little bit longer. I
That's
started
fine.
making music at the age of 9, and I don't know, it was just something in me. I had like that fire to just create. Now, back in my day, okay, when you wanted to have to set up your little voicemail and everything, we used to have to do the cassette players and then just hold the phone up.
Yes, I remember that. Oh my God. Yes,
I love it. And I heard you say you looked up to people like Selena.
yes. The late Selena, may she
Right.
rest in peace. She was somebody I always saw, especially in the Latin community. I saw
Yes.
her. She broke those barriers down, especially it being a male-dominated industry. And I respected her at a very young age. And I felt like even though her passing, it was untimely, but I felt like later on in life, I wanted to kind of like idolize her in some ways
Yes.
and use that as her what she's done to community and help people and all that sort. And she's done a lot of community work that a lot of people don't know, and she really
Mm.
did get back. So I wanted to kind of use that as a vessel to continue on my own legacy, and to also know that we're all from different creeds of nature, but I feel
Yeah.
like down the line, as long as we all have love for each other and continue on positive, in our life positivity, it's come a long way.
Yeah. I look, I'm glad that you mentioned it because I was going to ask you this anyway. You
Yeah,
said that it's a male dominated industry.
yeah.
Now, this is very controversial because I asked a lot of people this question. Do you feel like it's easier for a male or a female to make it in this industry and why?
Good question. I think either sex could definitely really surpass as
Mm.
far as they want to go to. Because the reason why I say is because it's unfortunate. It still is a male-dominated kind of scene, but I feel the females are really now aiming their game, and they really are getting to the level where the males are at. And much respect to all the females out there doing their thing. And I just feel down the line we need to have more of that and
Mm.
equality, or I have to say balance of men and female working alongside and pursuing what they want to
I love that. Okay, so when you
do.
say male dominated industry, can you give me an example of what do you mean by that?
Yeah, sure. So pretty much, a lot of the top big CEOs, executives, the higher ups as they call them, even the producers, the list goes on. The people, especially in the music industry, but unfortunately, no, I'm not biased. I like everybody, but I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? I would be like, wait, what's she talking about? No, no, it's just unfortunate. It's run by all men, and that's what I more what I'm trying to say, like in that aspect. And we
Mhm.
need more females to particularly step into those roles as well as producers, as
Mm.
engineers, as more as lots of talent out there. But
Yeah.
we need more women to have more of an authority position as a male as well in different fields.
I'm trying, sis. It's not a lot of us out there. I'm
I
trying.
know.
I'm
You're good.
trying.
You're good. You're good.
No, seriously, it's crazy because it's predominantly male who come to me for expertise. And it's just
Oh,
crazy. Like it's so many resources out there, but I work with predominantly men. So I
okay.
get you on that. Let's go to the
Yeah.
comments real quick. My brother Travel. Hey, hey, Queens, talk that talk. Much respect. Salute. Look,
Thank
he had
you.
a he had an event over the weekend and it was dope. It was good vibes only. It was so fun. And thank you so much for inviting me. Like it was just everything. Like I came out to support and I definitely like memories were made. And that's why I love when people get together. You know what I mean? And everybody, how is it out there in NY? Do everybody come together? Do you know like a big collective group of people or
It's funny you say that because doing this for a good amount of years, I've
mm,
seen where it has its pros and its cons. I'm gonna go to both.
okay.
The pros to me, I think, is people do unite, but it takes time, and
Mm,
it's a lot about word of mouth, and that's more or less with that.
right.
The con situation with that, I think, is that everybody's out for themselves. It's kind of like more of a cutthroat situation in New York City, and
See?
everybody is trying to climb the ladder, as they call it.
Right.
So I think that's why what we do now with our showcases and platforms we have for artists as well, I want to have unity. I want to
Yes.
bring back something that, in New York, especially in New York City, it's always about competition. It's
Yes.
about the bigger the better. Yeah. And I want people to know that it's okay to be competitive, but at the same time, it's good to work with one another and support each other. We don't
Yes.
have that too much out there.
You know what? For those of you guys who don't know Vero, she does look out for the artists. Like the magazine, like all that. Okay, get into it. Get into it. Just for everybody, because I'm excited. I'm really excited to interview to you today. For
I'm honored.
everybody who don't know who you are, just please, properly introduce yourself and just tell everybody what you do.
Not a problem. So yes, guys, I'm an artist. I also have various platforms. I'm an entrepreneur. That's pretty much what it is. I have TV, radio. I also have a podcast. Also have a magazine publication. Been doing this for good 4 or 5 years strong,
Mm,
and just continue on pushing out a lot of other independent artists. So anybody out there that want their voice to be heard, and just give them that push that's needed. Because quickly, as being independent artists many years ago and even now, I know the struggles. I know how there's
mm,
times that you don't get a lot of support. You're financially invested in what you do, and sometimes you have self doubt. So when we
yeah.
have these things for artists, it's not like we just say here's a platform, that's it. We encourage them. Hey, this is what you got to do. We also give them some information that could help them along the way, and it's just something that could be something for them, down the line, informative in their own career.
Yeah, I love that. You guys, if you're not in tune with Vero, go ahead and get in tune with her. She definitely looks out for the artist. Like you'll wake up one day and be in a magazine, like, look, I got a whole little article about me. That's what's up, definitely. So, what is your favorite part? Out of all your unique talents, Miss Ma'am, what is
Yes,
your favorite part in this industry? What do you love to do the most besides, being an entrepreneur, writing music? Like, what's your favorite?
dang, if I have to pick one,
It's
I
so
don't think
many.
so. I know it's like, oh, which one to take? I always say music because music has. People can say this, but this is me personally. I'm gonna make a quick backstory behind this as well.
Okay.
Um, Music has literally saved my life.
Mm,
And a lot of people could say, why do you say that? But I'm just gonna add that too as well here. So pretty much, suffering through mental health with depression and
mm,
anxiety and other situations. I feel, music has really been a way to be a therapy for me to let
mm,
out these emotions and put out to the world to hear it and also can resonate to other people as well. And I feel, going through with people who just recently switched and a few celebrities who just passed away with suicides and
yeah.
that situation, definitely it was really heavy. And I felt like this is something we need to really advocate, especially in our minority communities, and we need to embrace this and go seek help. Please don't wait till the last minute to be a statistic. I cannot stress this enough. That's why I talk about this in my music. This is why I talk about this in other platforms, and I say, listen, if you need help, if you don't be
Mm,
afraid, it's okay. Go talk to somebody, a therapist. I did it over 20 something years of build up. I
mm.
finally have the courage over 2 years now, and I'm proud to say it. Been seeking therapy for a lot of things, and I feel like it's been nothing but a lift off my shoulders, and I could finally say I'm living my life in full context.
20 something years. Child, you know we just 18, 19.
I mean, yeah, I'm never 20 years.
Right. Right. I love it. No, seriously, you guys. Public service announcement. If you're going through anything, a lot of people they shun upon therapy, but I heavily encourage it because it can be some things bothering you that you don't even realize. You feel like stuff is too much. And don't get to that point where you sacrificing yourself has to become an example of we got to do better. Start it with you. Started with you. That's the only guy. I mean, I'm not ashamed. Like, I go to therapy just myself. Like, I love, first of all, I'm a talker. I love to talk. And I love to see my progress. I love to make out a layout of my plans. And I love to talk to somebody just so they can tell me, Star, you're headed in the right direction. You're doing right. Sometimes people need that encouragement. Sometimes someone may not have a big support system to tell them that. Or sometimes, even if you do, you might just want to talk to someone one-on-one about some things that you can't really express to others. So I definitely encourage that. And as far as music go, Queen, music is very therapeutic. It is.
Yeah.
Like, I could attest to that. No matter what type of emotion that you're feeling, I just love to express myself through my music and get all of that out. It feels so good.
Oh yeah. You're like, oh my God, off my chest. I'm good. What's the next one?
Yeah. Even those songs I can't release. Like, if I'm mad at my man, I'm gonna make a song. I'm gonna keep it in the folder.
Say
We're
no
gonna
more.
move on. Yeah, we're gonna move on.
You're good. You're good.
I love it. So, what advice would you give to encourage up and coming inspiring artists?
Yes. I always say these are three tools I use for myself, and I want to just encourage anybody watching, listening, so they can use this for themselves as well. The first one I say is being consistent.
Mm.
That's key. The second I would say is stay humble. No matter what, stay humble because when people have these ego trips and they're like, "Well, you're not next to Jay Z with the marquee. Where's your name at?" They get way over
Mm.
the head and they have to really still stay humble. No matter what blessings come their way, they have to give
Mhm.
respect and down the line to their situation. Another one I will say is down the line, just give back. That's key.
Yes.
I think giving back is really essential because it's not only sometimes yourself, but you give back. It's just a great feeling knowing that you're doing something good for other people, and it's
Mhm.
from the heart, and that's why we do this. We also just want to add this to on here to show, we don't only just do platforms for artists. We do an annual thing, which we've been doing it for every 3. This is the third year. We just did
Mm.
this year a back to school event we do right here in our neighborhood, and we're planning on doing another one next year, the fourth one, and we're planning on doing other things also based off on the back to school stuff, like coat drives and trying to get stuff to kids and that. So we're just trying to branch out and give back. The community work separate from what we do. And just to tell people that, people care.
Yeah. I know you said that you had recently just done a drive.
No, actually, I volunteer as a friend of mine. A big shout to Gonzalo.
Mm.
It's called Devil Dog. Thank you, Devil Dog Incorporated USA. And I was just one of the volunteers this Sunday. I came to support, and it was a great cause.
Oh, wow. So that sounds like it was a really good turnout.
Yeah, it was nice. So the kids with the toys, Santa, face painting, and I was just honored to be there and just to help any way I could to help out.
Wow. Okay. So, where do you see Miss Vero G in 5 years? Why did I put up
Mm.
10 fingers?
I was like, wait a minute, I don't know about
It's
the other
early.
five, but
It's early,
I'm
y'all.
having a
Don't
sleep,
y'all
but it's
come for
okay.
me.
You good, don't worry about it. That's a really good question. I would say, within the next 5 years, I want to continue on progressing with, more new music,
Mhm.
continue on the community work, continue all these platforms. And I mean, if down the line I ever get signed by a label, I mean, it'll be great, but at the same
Mm.
time, I have to be level headed and knowing what I get myself into and make sure, with the business sense, I don't have these labels trying to dip and dive, talking about into money that is usually end of the day will be my pocket money. It's so
Yeah.
much stuff going on, and I just feel like end of the day they really need to, give artists a break, even though they're
Yeah.
starting out. Everybody gets a 360 deal, no matter what. But at the same time, I just feel like if they're gonna have artists in there, they should etiquette them on business.
Yes. So we were talking about being a female artist in this industry, and I feel like this is an important subject to touch on because a lot of people don't know what all we go through, sis. They don't
Oh yeah,
know. What do
it's a
you feel
lot.
like are some top struggles in being a female artist?
Um, I mean, I could name a few things. I think one of them, of course, is um the investment. That's the main one, I think, because
Look.
you already know going with this. Yes,
Yeah. Mhm.
it's about getting somebody like a sponsor or somebody to invest in your career. And a lot of times, being an independent artist, you have to invest in yourself. With studio time, with you mastering, mixing, going to getting things done by music videos. Getting all these things are planning and putting things together and putting the funding behind that. So a lot of artists have to understand. Some I which I have to put on here to show. A lot of those come to me when I say, look, I have rates and I have these things. Oh, I don't pay. And I said, well, if that's the case, go to the engineer and tell them in the studio, I don't pay. Because you got to pay for the lights, you got to pay for the computer
Mhm.
on, you got to pay for all that. So,
Yeah.
and, I just had to say because I have a lot of artists that came to me and tell me, I'm like, okay, you feel entitlement, you go right ahead and keep on with that energy. But I'm not gonna fall for that. I'm like, you go right ahead and keep on with that. But
Yeah.
go back to what I was saying with the investment. I think the main thing is trying to like, get a budget and trying to put the money behind yourself as a brand. Another thing I would say, which is a kind of downfall for us as independent artists, especially females,
Yes.
we always get antagonized, especially if we're not a certain look or a
Woo!
certain
Close
type.
the laptop. She
You
on
right, you know
smoke.
how I'm going with this. Yes,
Let's
you're
go.
right. Like we're not the next Cardi B or what it case may be.
Man.
Listen, end of the day, sells.
Uh-oh, we got a short internet connection with Vero
No,
G.
I'm here.
Okay,
I'm
you
here. I'm
there.
here. I'm here.
She like, look,
Yeah, I'm
don't
like,
cancel me out, Star. I'm here.
I thought that somebody's calling me. I'm like, not now. Yes, sorry. So yeah, the image thing, like if
Mhm.
like Lizzo, I love her because she don't give
Woo!
or whatnot, and she still rocks her body.
Yep.
And you're gonna have people that's gonna talk positive and negative, but
Yeah.
it's a way of knowing how to overlook it and keep on what you're doing. So
Yes.
that's one thing. And I think another thing also as being a female in this industry, we tend to sometimes have self doubt in a lot
Mm.
of factors. And I think, and I just said this the other day to somebody. I said, end of the day, we all have self doubts. We all have moments where you're like, wait a minute, why am I doing all this and then getting nothing in return? We have
Yes.
to understand. I'm gonna use God for example for this situation. I always say this. End of the day, God always say everything is timing. And sometimes you want to rush things, but don't realize when you rush it, it's not going to come out the way you want it. Sometimes you got to be patient and you have to pray and let God deal with the situation. And down the line, He's going to show you reap your benefits. You do
Yes.
all this extra hard work and all this time and everything else, you're going to reap the benefits down the line. And I just little add, that's why I want to add the story quickly on this. Like I said, but being years ago, I have a book out called Trials and Tribulations and Autobiography of Vero G. Definitely go check that out. That's available on Amazon.
Mm.
And it talks about my past life situation where, like I said, I've been a domestic violence survivor, a
Mm.
rape victim,
Mm.
being homeless and being pregnant, bringing a foster care system. These are things that people would like want to give up, and things
Right.
that that want to stop them. And definitely, and I feel this is something that I wanted to tell my testimony to people to know that no matter what you're going through in life or going through in life, end of the day, it should motivate you to be
Mm.
better for yourself and develop on who you are. So, I just really want the people, your listeners to know, the viewers to know that if they feel like sometimes they're going through bad situations, it's okay, it's the norm, but
Mhm.
you're gonna overcome those battles no matter what. And I just want to tell you that I want to be,
Wow.
if anybody, I want to be a prime example to somebody watching now, or if I want to save a life, then I'm happy with that.
You are superwoman.
I try,
You
me, I
are
try.
superwoman. Like just everything, just from your story. Like that's just inspiring on its own. To you putting your emotions in your life into your music. Like it's just a whole nother level of respect. And I feel like when people do that, it really gives a lot of hope. And that's how you truly gain your fans. A lot of fans, they and supporters, they want to hear about the real stuff. They want
Yes.
to hear about, because a lot of people can relate. Like we think Let me bring it back because this is going to be a whole therapy session. Look, listen. A lot of people think they're the only ones that can ever possibly go through what they went through. But we are all human, and there are billions of people on this earth, and somebody can attest and relate to what you're going through. And let me touch on the subject when you said, as far as female artists putting into our brand as far as appearance goes, that's a lot that comes with it. I so heartily agree. Like with these guys, all they need is a clean t-shirt, some pants, maybe a chain, fresh haircut, boom, bam. Females, we gotta get our nails done, little makeup, little lashes, hair flowing down, like everything. Listen, I think it all comes with, I mean, it's good to look nice. You do it for yourself. But I think it all comes with how we feel secure in ourselves. You see me on live right now, sis. I got my hair wrap on. Not just somebody say so. Look. You
got it. You got
black game strong. But my man like it though. Like he like it. I love it. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Like you guys can't, and this is for people who's tuned in. You guys can't sweat the small stuff. As long as you know what you're capable of, just live your life, boo. Stop trying to live up to other people's standards. And we have a comment. What Eugene say? He says, I feel it needs to be more unity. Female MCs tend to compete with each other more than show love.
Preach.
Okay. You want to touch on that? Let's go. You go first.
No, it's true. What the gentleman said there, it's just unfortunate. Like I've seen it many times, seeing all the artists, they come with the pettiness and sometimes they come with the nonsense. I'm like, And I just watch and observe, and I'm thinking like when they go on through the thing, and I'm like, I much love to them, but then I'm like, so where's that same ego trip when things happen, don't happen for you? Like it's just a lot of stuff that like I mentioned earlier, show. Like I feel like we need to have more unity, and if people just support. I cannot stress that enough. Like on Facebook, share, it's free. I can't say that enough.
Yeah, I honestly feel that. I feel like a lot of women choose to use other women to help climb up, but they're not trying to, build an actual, whether it's personal or business relationship with them. It's like for cover, for show. As opposed to a lot of these guys out here, when they work together, they homies. Like they chilling on the weekend. You know what I mean? But with females, it's like, camera on. This my sister. But after that, you won't hear from them. They not there for you. Like it's just all a game. I like that. That's my status. Don't nobody steal it. I promise you. If I see somebody with that status by the time I get off, this industry is just a game.
Exactly. It's like all for show, as they say.
It's all for show. It's a big old showboat. So we're going to get into Miss Vero G's song. And I'm like super excited to play that because I just feel like your music really speaks. You know what I mean? And I just love that real, raw, like this is how it is type of music. So without further ado, I'm going to take myself off the screen and I would like for you to introduce Far Away. Let's go.
Okay, definitely, not a problem. All right, guys, so this song's called Far Away. It's actually on the Victory album. It's available on all digital platforms right now as we speak. The video is out. Big shout out to Empire Media and Gemini Stacks who made this beautiful masterpiece. And it's pretty much the whole song is about someone who didn't pass away because a lot of people think he's passing away. No, it's someone who was in your past, a loved one, or somebody who you a love, someone in love that you was love. And in that sense, pretty much you resonate that love and it left a mark in your heart. So again, it's called Far Away. You guys can check it out all digital platforms. And here's the video. Hope you guys like.
Every time I close my eyes, I see only you with no disguise. your face. Look back at those days. Know that you're not here with me. Remember how we used to hold me or kiss me so softly, caressing me so gently, telling me sweet nothing. Wish I can turn back the time and make you come back. Knowing you will never be me mine. Only hope it can be on time. Miss you more each day. We'll wait for you by the bay, wanting to see you again. Feels like how it began. Our story to the world, just to be your girl. You are far out of reach. Why you had to leave me. I'm laying down on this bed, wishing you was still next to me. Missing warmth, your energy. How you used to tell me you love me.
Wow.
Wait
Okay,
a minute.
first of all, I would like to say I can tell that you poured your heart and soul into that. I
Mm,
can
mm,
tell that you poured your true emotions into that.
thank you so
And
much.
what's
Yeah.
crazy is I can like listening to it because you said it was not about, a departed loved one.
Mhm.
Listening to it, I would either think like, yeah, it's about someone who potentially passed away or about someone that you really, really loved who is no longer in your life. So just give us like a backstory of what inspired you to create that song.
Oh man, you just spilled some tea today. Okay.
Look, this is an exclusive. I always get this. You got my tissue ready,
Yeah,
sis.
you know.
I'm out here like,
Oh,
baby,
sorry.
baby, come.
No, the video, if the video is more, it's crazy. But yeah, okay, so all right, I won't say too much on here, but it is somebody in my past who I dated years ago, and it's
Mm.
somebody. And to this day, this is from high school days, very long time ago. And you know how you have that one person in your life that really took that effect on you, and
Mm-hmm.
even though like you kind of rekindled later on in life, but it was like that love you guys had when you was in high school. it hasn't changed at all. So it was like that
Mm,
kind of like that first love situation, but it was like we wanted to be together, but it was just maybe circumstances that
yeah.
were stopping you guys. So that's I won't say too much, but
Sis, you got
that's
me
what
crying over a man who ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna call
I'm
him like,
sorry.
we gonna have some issues.
Oh, girl,
Okay, so
I
let's
thought.
see. Eugene said,
Yeah.
"Oh my God, your voice is so powerful." And
Thank you
let's
so much.
see, it's Banner. What up, bro? Banner said, "Fire flame,
Yeah.
fire flame." I
Much
love it.
love.
Yeah, people really feeling you. I could tell you have like, okay. So did you go through voice training, or were you just always a natural?
It's funny you say that. Years
Mhm.
ago, I was in school choir years ago. That's how I started, and then I had the opportunity to work at Al Sharpton, with the change choir years ago. And then that's
Really?
how, yeah, it was very short lived though. It was like maybe like half a year, 6 months or so. But it
Wow.
was it was great because I got to learn a little bit like the vocal training a little bit. But
Mhm.
over after that, everything was all natural. This is
Mm.
all self taught. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so do
Yeah.
you record yourself or you go to the studio? What's the vibe like?
Okay, so usually how I do it is like let's first I'll get a beat. I like it. I have to make sure you know how like and that's another thing I also know is stop going to YouTube and using beats without. I cannot stress this enough to artists out there. You don't understand
Ooh.
when you go and take a YouTube beat and if you don't properly either you get it leased or buy the beat, what happens
Mhm.
is you go and you waste money in studio time. You go out there, you make a beautiful song but then it's now you can't get the royalties. You can't get your money off what you spent on in studio time and getting copywritten. So a lot of people got to do their research on this. But back to yeah, so I just had to throw
I
a
love
little to it.
it.
I just came at me. I had to let you guys know about the A game on that. So yeah, no. So like, usually how it goes, I find a beat. I'll make sure I do the proper protocols to it with everything,
Mhm.
and then when I go to the studio, I always rehearse first before I go to the studio
Mm.
because I just want to go in, kill it, and then make sure they got to do that part, and that's pretty much it. And
Yes.
then yeah, and then pretty much what I just do my thing. And that's the process with that.
So when you go to the studio, what's the vibe like? Do you like to be alone? Do you like to have people there with you?
It varies. It varies. Usually, I
Mm.
have people like in the lounge area go sit over there, while I'm in the booth area on the other side. Usually, I prefer just to be alone because it gives me more chance to get the emotions out.
Right.
When you're around, yeah, because when you're around people, you get distracted, you get sidetracked. You're not focusing on what you're there for. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Let's go to these comments real quick. Banner said, "I
Okay.
want to work with her on some." Okay.
Ooh,
Hit her inbox. Yeah, it's going down.
thank
Hit her
you.
inbox on Facebook. She is Veronica Gonzalez. Look at me. Give out your
Oh,
platforms.
okay. I mean, I'll take you. Give me a break. I'll take it. uh, yeah, guys. So you can find me on my Instagram at official Vero G.
Mhm.
My YouTube. I have a YouTube channel on the Vero G Spotlight Network. That's all my stuff there. You can also find me on my website at www.verogmusic.com. Also, you can find I have an artist Facebook page. It's at VERO 2884. And I have Twitter too, but I just pretty much put a second Instagram there. So, but
Mm.
those are most of all the places I need to go more at. And everything. Yeah.
Look at me giving out the government. I'm so sorry,
I'm like,
sis.
it's okay. Listen, you're good. You're good. Don't worry about
He
it.
said, "Oh, she has a website. Look, bro, we professional. It's gonna be 2023. Yes, sis got a website. She like booked and busy and dealing with you risky. Hey, yeah, she got her website. I love it,
Thank you.
sis. I'm gonna need you for a project in the future too. Let me turn
Okay,
my water
what?
bottle because they is not paying me to sponsor this. Let me look. I had to turn it around
You're like,
quick. I'm just thirsty right now. That's all.
no, you're good. Don't worry about it. It's okay.
I love it. Okay, so speaking of networking, what is your favorite form of networking where you do this, to get results?
Definitely. I always say it's weird because social media has come such a long way, and
Yes.
yeah, definitely. And I feel, to me personally, I'm more on Instagram. I because Instagram you
Mm,
get to interact more people. You know how Facebook. I'm more on Facebook too, but Facebook they're very restrictive now. Like, you
Yes.
know, you can't send after a certain amount of, like, let's say you have a link or you, let's say, for example, a music video, you want to promote it. That's why I have Facebook ads and Instagrams as well. But if you want to personally do the organic way and send to people repeatedly, what happens, you know, what happens, they start and say you can't send because that was spam. So, yeah, even Instagram, they're funny, but they're not as much as Facebook. So,
Right.
I usually, yeah, and usually I'm more with Instagram and everything.
I feel like with Instagram, you have a bigger chance, or me personally, I have a bigger chance of connecting with bigger people than on Facebook. Because Facebook, I have a lot of common friends, people who I
Yeah.
may have grew up with, people who like, okay, I support you, but at the same token, that only goes so far because I know you personally, so it's weird. But on Instagram, you meet a lot of new followers and people who for real like, yo, you dope. I never heard this sound before. It's just kind of refreshing to get new people. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
Even
definitely.
back then, you know how I used to network, and I love this.
Oh
We look,
yeah,
it was only about
is it MySpace?
no,
Okay,
it's
okay,
not
okay.
MySpace. I mean, I'm only 19, so this is about 2 months ago.
Oh,
Um,
okay, sweet too.
back in my day, the way that we used to network us, I used to go to train stations, right?
What?
And yeah, and I used to get like, you know how you have the flyer card, the flat face flyer card. I used to put it up, or if I ain't had that money, if I ain't had the coins back then, I used to print out a whole bunch of flyers on paper, roll it up like
Wow.
this, and put it in your windshield. Like
Oh
just hit
my
a whole bunch of
God.
cars, and by the time they come back, they see that they see, oh, DJ Stardom, the Iconic Radio Show, contact information. Oh, this is dope. Like that's how I used to do things, Vero.
But you know what? That's actually still effective today because that's like a key team thing. That's another way you can promote yourself too. That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Really.
mean, see, the value of cars didn't change, sis. Like people be having all these smart cars. I don't even know the windshield wipers come out like this. I don't even know how to get that thing up in there.
Oh Lord, you're like, not today, not today.
Oh, you know what we also used to do? We used to hit up apartment complexes, roll up the papers, and you know how everybody got that turn door? It's like a thing. Put it in between the
Yeah.
door, the arm sleeve of it, and just promote ourselves.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, man, listen, different ways, different methods to get it out
Yep.
there. Yeah, you have to. Yeah.
Yep. That's how
I'm
that
proud
go.
about it. No, you
So
did, you did.
if you want anyone to take something from you from this interview, if you want to leave behind one message that says, this is me, what is it?
Um, I think, you know, I want my legacy to live on, even when my
Mm,
time is gone. And I think one thing I want the viewers and listeners watching, tuning
yeah.
in, you know, that they could say what the leaving off is somebody who never stopped fighting, not for only for herself, but for other people.
Mm,
That you know, she fought a good fight, as they say, you know,
yes.
and especially trying to break the barriers out in this industry, particularly the independent scene, and to know that there's somebody out there that cares.
Mm, mm. I love that. We got a comment. I'm trying to bring it up right now to see who it is. Sometimes StreamYard is funny. It don't really show
No,
you
it's
the way
okay.
Facebook does.
It's okay.
Okay. What up, Local the Lunatic? First of all, did your thing. I seen you. Yeah, I seen you at the previous show. So that's definitely what's up. You know, we got to work together in the future. So definitely hit me up. It's just been brought to my attention that I was given some stars.
Oh, okay,
Yay!
baby.
I says I need some star music to start playing whenever somebody give me some stars. But unfortunately, unfortunately, shout out to my boo. This is no shade at all, but this is the only music that I have up and ready.
We can take that. Get the money bag. Get that money bag, baby. Come on now. Yeah.
Oh, gang. Oh,
I like
gang.
that. I like that.
I'm going to start dropping that every time somebody send me some stars.
You're like, yeah, baby.
Oh, gang. I'm definitely coming soon. Most def, bro. We got to work
Awesome.
on something. Yeah. Vero,
That's
I
what's
love
up.
this interview. You coming heavy with not only the vibe, the lyrics, your spirit. That's very important. Like you said, people need to humble themselves It's
Yeah.
nothing to have a hit if you don't have a personality behind it. You feel me? Like you gotta have that extra because that's what people love deeper than they love your music. They
Very
love
true.
your passion, your fire, your drive. I love that. Okay, so I need to ask you this because you're a businesswoman as well, right? And this is a controversial topic too. Do you feel like a person needs to have, out of the three, do you need to have money to make it? Do you need to have equipment to make it? Or do you need to have talent to make it? Out of the three.
Hmm. Man, that's tough. Oh man, this is tough. I think it's sad to say in this industry, a lot of people have talent, but
Mm,
what really stands out is the tools you have to get you out there.
mm.
That I think is effective. It's not
Tools.
what you know, it's who you know.
Oh,
And
networking
also,
too. Yeah.
yes, that's key. And also another thing as well is the way how you use your talent
Mm,
and how you market yourself. Because
yeah.
if you only market yourself to a small audience or just one platform, you're limiting yourself.
Mm,
If you get to go out there and various other platforms that are available and it's free, utilize the
yeah.
most out of it. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I would say.
I love it. Local said money. So let's bring it back. I said, do you need money? Do you need talent? Do you need equipment? Do you need connections and network? And I think it was one more I said. Um, money,
Mm.
talent, connections and
Um,
network,
I think
equipment,
it's it's like a combination of everything. That's the whole thing, though. Like
all
it can't
of
be
it.
just one. Yeah, because if you only one, then okay,
He
everybody can
said
have talent. Yeah, but
he said you can't market without money and you can't get equipped without monay.
true.
You do need money for that equipment, bro.
That is true. Now you got a
You can't
point there, now.
promote without money. He for the list. He for to go down the list. Like, look,
Yeah,
you
let me
need
get
money for
talent
this,
right
that,
now.
and third.
Awesome.
For all my artists that's on the line, I'm gonna tell you the hood way to get your stuff copywritten because this is what we used to do about 2 weeks ago when I was 19. This is what we used to do back in the
Yes,
day.
yes, good, yeah, baby, good.
We used to put our CDs inside of an envelope. You know where I'm going with this, sis. Look in
You
the
will mail it to
comments.
yourself and don't open it. Yes.
Never open it. Mail it to yourself and never open it. That's the way that we used to copyright stuff back in the day. So
I remember that.
it's still effective. If you could go to full 9 to get a copyright, just get that stuff copyrighted. But that's the way that we used to do it back in the day, just to assure. And what Vero said, y'all, stop trying to get these beats and expecting a song to go far. Now, granted, you
Mhm.
don't have to pay for every single thing you drop. But if you plan on taking a song far and actually pushing it and bringing it out there, make sure that you lease or you own your beat. Some
Yeah.
people just like to make music to make it. They don't never plan on doing nothing with it. They just, okay, I want people to listen to it, but I'm not trying to be on the radio and all that. But if you're trying to push it and get streams and all this and that, and look up your contracts when it comes to that.
Yes.
Because when you lease the beat, they have different plans, you guys. Some stuff only
Mhm.
allows so many streams. Some stuff does not allow radio play. Some stuff just allows 1 or 2 music videos. Like, look up your contracts and see what all comes with it.
Yeah, because the thing is that when with these producers that you're leasing the beats out to, if you buy it,
Mhm.
then they can't even say anything. You're
Yep.
buying the beats, so that means you have full ownership. But
Yep.
a lot of times, yeah, a lot of times if you get partial, it's like 50-50 and those other
Mm-hmm.
nonsense, and you're like a lot of people don't understand. This is by contract, so you're signing this. If you go and of course you
Mm-hmm.
break the contract, then there could be a nice lawsuit behind that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Eugene talking about poor man copyright. Look, I only had lunch money
Yeah.
at the time. So I had to do what I had to do. Do not judge
That's
me.
okay. You're good. You're good.
Oh my God, I love it.
Awesome.
So, okay, how do you feel with this generation of music? Do you honestly feel like times has changed? Has it changed for the better or the worse with how music sounds today?
Hmm. This is I can't bite my tongue on this one.
Let's keep it real,
Um.
bro.
I'll make it clean as like a clean bag can be. Um. I think personally, and we're like in the generation where music was classic for the the best.
Mhm.
Um, I think music now, unfortunately, has
Where's
become not of a trend. It's not respected as it was back in those days.
yes.
Um, back then music will last for years, and you hear it. Oh my God, remember when this happened? That happened. Now is everything either I, I I don't want to disrespect the genre, but trap music, drill music.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
no, you're good. It's like that's like the new thing in now, and everybody's doing it. Ice Spice, she became famous over about eating munch. I mean, we all know what it's about, but I'm like, come on, really? Like,
Yeah.
I just don't understand the concept of how this industry is run now. Like, it's just for the moment. I'm like, there's nothing everlasting anymore. So that's your
Yeah.
question. Pretty much, I think it's like music now these days is watered down.
You know what? I was literally just talking about this with someone yesterday. It is very true. Like when it comes to the hip hop genre of music, I just feel like it's all trap nowadays. Like you have some people who are more on a conscious tip, and I love that. I love that old
Yeah.
school, real raw hip hop type of vibe. But a lot of stuff is like auto tunes, watered down, and trap. Let me see. Loca said it's rare to get timeless music anymore. Oh, I love that you said
Yeah.
that. It's very rare to get something that's timeless, something that's going to bump for decades, something that we listen to, our kids love. You're right. It's very rare to get that type of music. And that goes for anything, even with, females in the rap industry. It's certain songs that's good for a summertime,
Oh
but not
yeah.
a long time. Like I feel like if I can't listen to your song around my kids, it's not gonna really be a classic to me. A classic is something I could play here, there, anywhere, at the cookout, in the car, like just around the house. What he say? Eugene said, "Folks not shooting for longevity."
It's
Mm.
true.
You
It's
feel like
true.
that?
Yeah, it's just for the moment. They take a quick dollar. They're doing a quick thing that everybody's doing right now. It's just a trend, you know.
Ooh, that's a heavy word. Trend. They following the trend. I feel that. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people are just following the trend. And I feel like a lot of artists, I'm going to say this. I don't care who's watching.
Mhm.
I feel like a lot of artists, they wake up. You have people like us doing it from like age 7, age 9. A lot of people wake up because they see the vibe that's going on right now. They decide yesterday that they want to do music. Boom, they get in the booth. They try to sound like someone who's already popping, and then they make it. Good for you, but I feel like, wow, that's crazy. Like you sound just like Buddy, but people actually hyping it up.
Exactly. It's true.
How do you
Yeah.
feel about that? How do you feel about new up and coming artists who just woke up a month or two ago, started making music, and then took off?
Um, I mean, I'm gonna give them just a clap because I give them for the just for the confidence because it does take a lot just to go and do
The
the things you're
shade.
making with that. Yeah, you already know. That's why I had to put a little clap in there. But I think you know, they making us look bad. Those who really take this as a craft,
Yes.
as a profession, and those who really want to just go and pursue and put great content, they make like the rest of us look like a joke because we're really putting our soul into our music. We're putting our heart into this. We're putting
Man.
investment, blood, sweat, and tears into this.
Mhm.
And those that just come out and say, "I'm gonna be the next 6ix9ine Takashi or the next Cardi B, whatever." I'm like,
Yeah.
that's great. That's for the moment, but what happens if it doesn't come through?
Sis,
You
I'm
know,
not even gonna hold you. I don't think nobody want to be the next six.
yeah, I know, and I'm just saying a reference, but yeah, I know you
I
feel
get
it.
you though. Yeah, Loco
So you
said
feel
that riding someone else's wave is sad to me.
it.
Yeah,
Hmm.
not for real. That's real. Okay, I want to ask you this. What do you feel like? Look, he laughing. What do you feel like as far as singing? Because I'm a singer as well. My first predominant genre is rap, right? But I sing as well. What do you feel like as far as singers who get on the stage, more so women, and they super overly seductive? Do you feel like that's something that you could get into, or do you feel like it's doing a little bit too much? I'm talking about
Um,
calling men on stage, Destiny Child style, doing little lap dances, and we local. Do you
ooh,
feel like it's too much? Like you should be at a certain status to do that?
yeah. I mean, yes, because the reason why I say that is that you're just starting out, you're getting yourself out there. First, let people focus who you are as an artist. Well,
Mm,
how do you bring in their stage performance? How do you get the audience and the crowd engaged into your music? It's great once in a while you bring somebody. It's a part, of the audience. What's the name for that? It's audience engagement. There we go.
yeah,
Get them into it. That's good. You get them on the stage and do what you got to do, and get the person whatever. But I think it's to a point where you have to first build yourself first,
mm-hmm.
and then to that point where you're like, okay, now I could, step my A game up and do what I have to do. So I
Yeah.
think it's just about building yourself first, and not make yourself look like a clown when you bring somebody on stage and you're helping them, and you're like, then the next day you see yourself on viral. Let's say, what's that thing called? The hip hop one.
Yeah.
What's that thing? You know what I'm talking about? And you see it, you're like,
World
what happened?
star.
Yeah, worse. So there we go. So it's one of those things. And I'm like, and then people are like, what's the, da, 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 da. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, ooh. So you have to first get yourself established, get yourself out there first, get your name out there,
Mm.
and then yeah, go right ahead. Listen, you want to go hump on Tom in whatever name and da da da. You go right ahead, enjoy yourself. I mean, you gain the fan something that they're not gonna forget, but it's the
Yeah.
timing. Yeah.
I want to say this, and I want to say this the most humble way possible. Whenever I do my napkin, I mean I'm finna be petty, just so you know.
Woo!
Um,
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead, go
hold
ahead.
on, let me read local comment. Let me read this comment right here before I get into it. Me
Okay.
personally, okay, he put the king crown first, so I know this gonna be some BS. Me personally, I like it when they pick me, LOL, but I feel like you should let them vibe with your music first. But again, I like when they pick me. Okay.
Okay.
I got it. Now, before I get into this is a public service announcement for seriously young ladies out there. Um, I get it when you're a certain stature. I get it when you live in places like NY and you come out here to the Midwest, you do a show, and then you leave. But for you to be local, us as females have to be careful because you don't know who man that is. Let me just say, a lot of people they step
Mm.
and they don't play behind a person. And the same thing goes with, male R&B singers and stuff like that too. If you whining all on somebody girl and stuff like that, and they men just like they man just slid out to the bathroom something real quick, they come back, they see that it's gonna be problems. You know what I'm saying? And then a lot of people can't handle rejection on top of that. Like if you get a married man or a committed man and sis, you know what I'm saying, twerking all on him or this and that, yeah, she might be looking at it as an entertainment standpoint, but at the same time, Shorty, like homie Shorty might not play that, and a lot of
Yeah.
stuff can escalate. So I just feel like we need to protect ourselves as women, especially on the local tip, because she could find you at your next show. She
Ooh. Yeah, I'm
could
gonna go
find
to
you
that
at your
show
next
first.
show.
You
Yeah.
already know. Yeah, you already know. I'm like, we don't need no stalkers, man.
Get somebody else to do it.
Exactly.
Every
No,
night.
no, no.
Look, he
Oh
said every
no.
night I gotta prove my love like that movie. For real, local, like homie gonna have a lot of making up to do. Like everybody
Facts.
don't play that. Stop
That's
playing with
true.
people, y'all. Like it gets real.
Very true. Very true.
It
That's crazy though. It's true though. Yeah.
gets real. And then you don't want a name for yourself on top of that. Like, I'd
Yes.
rather be the seductive person on stage, but I keep it in my performance, maybe get some backup dancers or something like that, versus me actually
That'd be
going
good.
to the crowd and doing a little bit too much engaging. And this is not to knock anybody who does it. You do what you do.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But at the same token, it's just what works best for me because at the end of the day, I'm a mother too. You know what I mean? And I'm just saying it for myself. I couldn't see myself getting on stage doing the most.
Exactly. It's gonna affect you down the line, and it just yeah, exactly. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, yeah. So do you have what's in the works for Vero? Any EPs out, new projects coming up? What's the word?
Yeah, so you guys are getting the exclusive here on the show right now. Pretty much, yeah, actually, yes. All right, so as we speak, we just dropped it late last night on the dance floor, the music video. Go check that out. It's on the Vero G Spotlight Network YouTube channel. Go check that out.
Ooh.
Yeah. So also besides that, I'm working on the 1st of January, people, the first day of the year for 2023. I will be releasing "Love Don't Hurt." It's another emotional
Mm.
song. That's gonna be on all digital platforms, and we are working on a music video behind that. So that'll be
Mm.
coming up by late January, early February. So stay tuned for that. Also, I'm working on my sixth EP album, which will be out next year by springtime. I don't
What?
have a release date yet. Yeah, working. I'm trying not to lose my head, but yeah, thank you, baby, thank you. So yeah, the sixth EP I will be out. It's called Energy, and I cannot wait till that gets out. Also working on some more visuals on my other previous albums. So please, people, support. Other than that, I'll continue on with these platforms, the magazines, and everything else. Also, I will be
Wow.
one of the. Yeah, thank you. I will be one of the honorees next year on January 14th, based on for my community work with the children and for the youth for like the past going on 3 to 4 years now. And for it's called DOTS, it's, Daughters of Tomorrow or something. I'm not mistaken. I'm
Wow.
honored to even be an honoree for just the work that I do with the community work and that. And yeah, just continue on more things, more music, more content, and I'll keep you guys posted as well. So more things on the line for more.
Wow. Look, congratulations on everything. Let's start there. With the Love
Thank
Don't
you.
Work song and the energy, can you just tell us what to expect from that?
Yes. Okay. So Love Don't Hurt. That's gonna come out January 1st,
Mm-hmm.
and that song it's a general song where pretty much being in a relationship with someone, or male or female, and kind of like the red flags you see in a relationship
Mm.
that you shouldn't be going through. So it's kind of like a personal, a personal thing I've gone through, and I feel like I wanted to just express the world about that, and just put that content out there as well.
Wow.
And then the Energy album, yeah, the Energy album, that's like a spiritual enlightenment kind of album. I
Mm.
wanted to put out there with different sounds, different eclectics, and it's really good. It has a bit of R&B, a little bit of pop, a little bit of emotional.
Mm.
It's a little bit of everything. So it's good stuff. Good stuff.
I love it.
Thank you.
You guys, everybody who's tuning into the live, make sure that you definitely connect with Miss Vero G. She is a dope vibe artist in spirit in general. We already had a couple of inquiries. They said they want to work with you, sis. So I wish you the best of luck. And after this interview, definitely network, come together. The NY in the Midwest, we could do it. Set a couple tours up. You know what I mean? Do a little
I
virtual
love that.
streaming, and it's gonna go
Yeah,
good.
I
So
can't
one
wait.
more time, yeah, 100, 100. Definitely local. One more time, you guys. Miss Vero, please drop your social media platforms and tell everybody where they could find you at to network with you. Let's go.
Not a problem. So quickly, guys, you can find my Instagram at officialverog, OFFICIALVEROG. You can find me there. You can find my sorry, Facebook artist page at VERO2884. Website is www.verogmusic.com, and pretty much you can find me over there. That's fine.
Definitely,
And my
what's
music.
up?
I'm sorry. And
Go
then,
ahead.
yeah, just all my music is at all platforms and everything like that.
Have you started your TikTok wave yet?
No, but I do have TikTok, but I don't. I just put up
Right.
some of that pretty much.
She said that's personal. She said, look, I done gave y'all enough. It is what
No,
it is.
you can
TikTok's
find my
me.
TikTok. Yeah. Definitely. On my TikTok, it's the same thing as Instagram at official OG. Yeah, with TikTok, that's not a problem.
I love it. I'm gonna give you
Thank
the
you.
screen sis for a couple seconds because this is going to be official. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna play this on the
Awesome.
radio too. So I would
Thank
like to
you.
give you the screen for a little while to hype you up. And for 10 seconds or so, just hype up the iconic radio show with your girl DJ Stardom and tell everybody who's one of the best in the Midwest. Let's go.
All right. Yes, guys, what's up with your girl Vero G down in New York City? And I'm showing love to the iconic radio show here with host DJ Stardom, and they're the best in the Midwest. Show some love, and they are great and continue our blessings upon blessings. Again, guys, much love.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're
I
welcome.
appreciate it. So
You're
you stay
welcome. Not a
safe.
problem.
Yeah, you stay safe. We down here chilly and cold. We're gonna get a whole lot of snow this weekend. So
Ooh, boy. Yeah, be safe out there.
I'm gonna try to hold my head up.
I got you.
Thank you so much, sis. It definitely we gotta keep networking. It does not end here. We officially formed a family and a relationship. So stay tuned, stay blessed up, and stay in the now. So thank you. Have a good day,
You're
baby.
welcome. Bye, guys. You too,
Bye.
Mama. Bye.
You guys, that was dope. Without further ado, it's your girl DJ Stardom right here live for the one and only iconic radio show. You can follow your girl DJ Stardom on Facebook at Stardom Shine. That's STARDOM space SHINE. You can also find the iconic radio show on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at the iconic radio show. You guys, we stream right here live from StreamYard, and we're also on Spreaker from iHeartRadio. So if you want to catch the audio of this interview tomorrow on the radio, make sure that you tune in at 10 o'clock a.m. It's going to be live and it's going to be lit, baby. So without further ado, you guys have a great day. Bye. Stay safe, stay warm, and more than anything, stay prayed up. Keep trying, stay focused, believe in yourself. We all struggle sometimes. Just keep grinding. Let's go.